Norton was a boy who lost his parents at an early age. When his father died of black lung, he was forced to work and learn how to take care of himself while still young. He became a miner like his father, but due to conditions of that time, this didn't earn him very much. Norton was desperate to change his fate and live a better life, resulting in him learning and working harder than most others, which intimidated those around him. Even so, he persevered, and soon he was able to improve his reputation despite the mockery of those in the mines, due to his efforts at work which earned the respect of the superiors and his visits to the elderly. Norton Campbell, in the eyes of others, was always someone hard to deal with, whose emotions were as changeable as the weather. But all knew that he worked tirelessly to break free of his impoverished fate, and this intimidated them. When he fortunately survived a terrible mining accident, nobody came to hear out his experiences during the time. All they did was give him a few token words of comfort. Norton himself never once brought up the terrible experience again, only silently polishing the large chunk of magnetic while he received in the accident into a tool for prospecting metals. Eventually he gave up manual labor and became a prospector. But his personality became all the more extreme, at times gloomy and depressed, while at times explosively hot-tempered and avaricious. Rumor has it that the magnets disturbed his brain, or that terrible mining incident tangled him up inside. But one thing never changed. He always sought out chances to change his fate. When the invitation to the manor appeared before him, those incredible sums of wealth looked to him like his next stepping stone. Come on, how could a game be any darker than that mining incident? In his deduction path notes, there were clear informations about how he was looking for some kind of a treasure, visiting many places recorded by what he called Old Man A. Maybe it's his father or his father friend who took care of him after his father died. It is said that the final place Norton visited with the miners was a map in the game called Golden Cave. Apparently there was someone who used gunpowder and caused the cave to collapse and everyone to die just to take the treasure. He burned his face and survived the accident, but became more gloomy and claustrophobic. In Norton's birthday letters, it's mentioned that he left his father's friend Benny in search for gold. Benny calls Norton a fool's golden in the letter. Latest letters also shows that Norton was contracted by someone to assassinate a woman for a sizable payment. The woman may be Melly the entomologist, a survivor character in the game. To make Norton's story clearer, let's rephrase it coherently. After Norton's father died, Norton met Benny, an old miner who was once a friend of his father. Benny shows him a list of 13 locations, of which there might be gold in the stone of the mine, as Norton had been doing everything he could to find valuable mine locations in order to quickly get out of poverty. He took the list and began searching the locations. In impatience, after 12 of the 13 mines came up empty, Norton set off dynamite in the last location, which caused the entire place to collapse. Right as a search and rescue team were about to give up finding any survivors in the rubble, Norton was discovered a few dozen meters away from the entrance of the mine, having dug his way out of the cave through a mountain creek. He was the only survivor of the mining accident. As he recovered alone in the hospital, he refined the piece of meteorite he had obtained into a magnet, which he used to change professions from a miner into a geological prospector, where he obtained his desired stability, but not the immense wealth he dreamed of. His personality changed after the incident, causing him to swap between gloomy and depressed, or hot-tempered and avaricious. When he received an invitation to the Altius Manor, he jumped at the chance of earning a fortune. Norton was one of the last to arrive at the Altius Manor, his game being one of the last ones that was held. He was hired to kill a certain woman suspected to be the entomologist. However, he was seen in his diaries writing down how much of a horrible woman the person he was hired to kill was. This may mean that the woman was actually horrible, that Norton has a skewed sense of reality and perceives certain actions as arrogance, or Norton was psyching himself up for an act he didn't want to carry out. 11. When the group went to the Forest of No Return, he was soon seen punching Melly while she was distracted by something and knocked her out, potentially seeing her as a hunter due to the drugs the survivors had taken. As the game continues on, he seems to be trying to actively target the little girl, potentially to protect her or potentially kill her. However, the novelist, under the effects of the same drugs, sees him as a hunter who is actively trying to hurt the two of them. His actions eventually seem to awake Orpheus' evil side, and in his desperation to protect the little girl, he snapped and was depicted severely injuring, potentially killing, Norton. In the latest news from identityv game, Norton just received a hunter version called Fool's Gold. It's so funny that some people are talking about how he looked like this at the beginning, but now he looks all cool and fangirls' favorite. But I think this guy here is not Norton, but his ability not sure. But it seems like Norton controls stones, and this monster here is made of stones, so maybe that's why he looks so different. I think that will be clear soon though. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please press the like button, subscribe to Tamachi channel, and do not forget the bell button. See you in part 2.